More now on British Gas increasing the price of electricity for the first time in nearly 4 years. Its owner, Centrica, says electricity prices will increase by 12.5%. That's from the 15th of September. Well, joining me now is Archana Luthra, Head of Energy at the consumer finance website moneysavingexpert.com. Good afternoon. Your reaction to this announcement, given that there has been this 4-year period of no increase?
Well, it's no great surprise that British Gas were going to hike prices. There was a bit of a blunder yesterday on their website, but most of the big 6 providers hiked prices earlier this year. British Gas said they were freezing them, so really all they've done is put it off a bit longer. But this is an eye-watering increase, 12.5% on electricity, and it's going to hit just before winter, which is the highest usage time. You offer, via Money Saving Expert, advice to people who want to find a way around this system. So what should people be doing now, do you think? People should be urgently checking whether they can save. The typical British Gas user on a standard tariff is going to be paying £1,120, which is massive. The cheapest deals in the market are around £830, and there's probably a perception that it's difficult to switch, but really it isn't. It's very simple. You just need to go and use one of the comparison sites, put in a few details about your current situation, and it will tell you the cheapest tariff for you. It's really quite simple. Your pipes don't change, your meter doesn't change. Really, the only thing that is changing is the company that's billing you. The fear, though, is, quite apart from people seeing it as complex, when you've just described it as not being, it's also that sense that because you've got this big 6 operating as they do, that no sooner have you switched, that the one you've switched to doesn't turn out to be as good as some of the others. Yes, that's possibly true, but really there is such a big difference between the standard prices that people are paying and the cheaper deals on the market that really it's still worth it. And there are other options, so if you don't want to be switching every year, you could go for a slightly longer fixed deal, say 2 or 3 years, which might not be the very cheapest, but will save you having to keep switching. There's now talk again of a cap, of course, which was certainly widely discussed in the general election campaign. Where do you stand on the merits of that kind of measure? I'm not convinced a price cap is really going to do what the government wants it to do. Potentially it's going to make people, rest on their laurels even more because they think they're protected by this, when actually they can get a bigger savings. I think what the government needs to do is make a decision as to whether it wants a regulated market or a competitive market, and not go for options in the middle. OK. Archana Luthra, thank you very much indeed for coming in.